All right, welcome back, folks, to the new Sentinel. Chukwuka here. If you've been riding with us since last week, you know we've been digging into what happens when the gears of government get too big. Today we've got another hot one. We're putting some federal agencies, ATF, FWS, NPS, OPM, USGS, even the TSA, under the microscope. And, honestly, sometimes I think America got more agencies than Nigeria has alphabet soup. Makes you dizzy.
Huh. Tell me about it, Chukwuka. When you think about the ATF, for example, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, it's supposed to keep folks safe, enforce the rules. But have y'all ever tried to get a federal firearm license? Forms on top of forms. Feels like they just hire people to make the paperwork heavier.
But Duke, it's not just about paperwork, though God, there is so much of it. These agencies often act as a kind of gatekeeper, like the Fish and Wildlife Service or National Park Service. Sometimes that means local communities, indigenous groups, are left out of managing their own land and resources. There's a huge history of marginalized voices getting sidelined in federal processes, and nobody at the top seems to care unless it's in the news, you know?
I'll back you up there, Olga. A lot of folks on the ground, even in Texas, where I'm from, just want more control locally. Less D.C. red tape. Take the Office of Personnel Management, for crying out loud. Folks trying to get a job, manage federal benefits, and you end up in this maze. Half the time, I swear, they lose the forms and tell you to resubmit. Slows everything all the way down.
Not to compare everything to my own story, but when I first moved here, I thought, now I'm in the land of efficiency. Then, I tried to start some small side hustle, and the amount of hoops, my brother, it's tireless. Back home, maybe the solutions were slower, but you dealt with local elders, knew who to trust, and now here it's, go fill out these 7 federal forms, wait 6 months. Made me realize sometimes all these layers actually block real local solutions.
Yeah, those layers hit vulnerable communities the hardest. It's not just inefficiency. Sometimes federal oversight means nobody feels empowered to change things on their own block. And when they try, well, there's the system, saying no, not your job. It needs to be more human, more connected to the people it serves.
Right, so let's dig in on this. What if AI could help cut through all this bureaucracy? We've seen other countries do some pretty slick things. Look at Estonia and their X-Road digital platform. Every local agency talks to each other. Data moves securely, and most services get handled at your local level online. No standing in line for a fishing license or whatever. What if we had that kind of system here, but scaled up?
Exactly, Ethan. Imagine you want that firearm permit, or you're dealing with local wildlife, or even just managing a park. You do it in your town, maybe even your phone. AI helps check paperwork, ensures compliance, all without some distant agency. That local touch, with the tech brains of AI, could save us all a lot of time and headaches.
And let's talk employment. A lot of folks freak out about AI stealing jobs. My pitch? Stand up a national retraining system, AI-driven. All these agency workers, they've got skills, but maybe their job's going away. So AI finds where the new tech jobs are popping up, matches you, customizes training modules. Like, hey, you were managing park paperwork? Now come run the community's drone surveying for wildfire risk or water levels. Same for TSA screeners. Help them land in cybersecurity gigs. Kinda builds the economy from the ground up, if we're smart about it.
It only works if the AI systems are accessible, though. Estonia's public platform is popular because it's transparent, people know who controls their info, and citizens see real benefit. If we do this here, we have to make sure the algorithms aren't baking in bias, and actual humans are testing them. Because if we repeat the mistakes of the past, we're just replacing one kind of gatekeeper with another.
Absolutely, Olga. We want to empower local control, not build a new digital fortress nobody understands. Still, just think about how much faster land surveys, environmental permits, licensure could get if you've got a well-designed AI matching every task to the best agency, heck, down to the county level. Not perfect, but loads better than the snail's pace we've got now.
Education is maybe the biggest piece of this. When we put tools in the hands of local communities, AI can power personalized learning in libraries, rec centers, even just on tablets in rural towns. Finland's been doing something like this, decentralizing education, mixing tech with direct accountability. Suddenly, teachers can create local curriculums, and the outcomes are better. But most importantly, it's people deciding what's necessary for their community.
And these former agency resources, think about it. Data from USGS, unused offices from OPM or NPS, even old computers. Communities could flip those into innovation labs. Maybe there's an app your city builds for reporting park issues, or some AI bot anyone can use to learn about wildlife in your backyard. Not everyone's waiting on Washington. They're making things happen right there and then.
You nail it, Chukwuka. If you want real buy-in, it's got to be practical. Set up those public tech centers. Encourage those new citizen-led initiatives. Why can't a local high school class use old Park Service drones for science projects, or run security tests for their own neighborhoods through AI diagnostic programs? It's about handing them the tools, standing back and saying, go for it.
And from a tactical angle, that's how you keep a country resilient too. The more you empower people, the less dependent you are on big, clumsy bureaucracies. Plus, you foster new leaders, right? Every town's got a shot at building something and solving its own challenges. That's nation building, bottom up.
But we have to remember, tech means nothing if it leaves people behind. The transition needs resources, support, training, especially for marginalized folks and older workers. We've seen so many reforms fail because they forgot the human element. But if we get this right, maybe communities can reimagine what public service means for everyone.
And that's our time for today, folks. This AI-driven decentralization, if we do it right, could really mean more jobs, better education, and a bit less waiting in line, God willing. Thanks for sticking with us. Ethan, Olga, Duke, always good talk.
Good session, y'all. Always a pleasure. Keep learning. Keep questioning. We'll be back soon.
Thank you, everyone. Seriously, let's keep lifting up the voices that usually get drowned out. See you next time.
Solid job, team. Catch y'all on the next one. Stay squared away out there.